Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome, welcome. My name is Erin Bees. If you are brand new to my channel, so glad that you're here. I am a wife, a mom, a military veteran, a certified personal trainer, and I spent 13 and a half years in multi-level marketing, healed my way out, and now I'm using all of my social media platforms to educate and raise awareness around the dangers of multi-level marketing companies and the tactics used by their reps. If you'd like to follow me on social media, I'm the most active on Instagram, so at The Real Beast Mode, or you can find me on Blue Sky and TikTok under my name, Erin Bees. So glad you guys are here. Before we get into any of today's video, let me run my disclaimer and I'll be right back. Am I being raided by the squirrel crew? Is this a squirrel raid? DC and crew, thank you. Also want to give a special thanks to Jen. She actually gave me the condensed version. She edited out the gaps and all of that in this video that I'm going to be reacting to. So thank you, Jen. If you guys have not checked out her channel, you should. Make sure you go and subscribe. Appreciate you so much. It's still an hour and a half long, everybody. So settle on in, grab your favorite drink. Huh? Shall we do a taste test? If you are new to my channel, you're like, what? I do a little ASMR moment. I'm a huge fan of Dr. Pepper, especially the zero sugar, although I like Diet Dr. Pepper too, but today I was feeling a little extra fancy. We're going to get a little fancy tonight. So many of you have reached out and said, Erin, you have to find the Blackberry Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar. You must find it. And I found it today. Did I buy 3 cases? Yeah, but it's because they were on sale. Okay. Anyways, we're going to do things a little different. Normally, I crack it open. You guys rate it 1 through 10. Members have a special emote. It's a lot of fun. It's just something that we do on my channel. Not sponsored, but I really would like to work with Dr. Pepper. Thank you. So we're going to taste test it. But then I'm going to add to the ASMR moment just a little bit of ice. I'm going to pour it in the glass, and that's how we're going to enjoy it. So brace yourselves. Okay, but wait, is it just me or was that extra? This smells fantastic. What does this smell? I mean, I know obviously blackberry, but I feel like that was extra crispy. Was it just me? Let me know. Yeah, this smells lovely. Okay, here we go. Let's pour it. I mean, that was beautiful. Okay. Let's just do a little bit. Okay. That was. All right. What if I hate it? Oh, well, if I hate it, I'll tell y'all. That's pretty good. I would say it's probably second. You guys know how much I love strawberries and cream. Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar. This is pretty good though. This tastes like obviously blackberry, but this tastes like summertime. This tastes like you're eating blackberries, sitting on a blanket, hanging out in the summertime, enjoying a little bit of sun with sunscreen because porcelain over here. And, you're drinking a crispy Diet Dr. Pepper or Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar. I enjoy this. I enjoy this. Also, Kelly, thank you so much. Yes. Did you guys know I was on the Dream podcast? Jane Marie had me back on for season 4, season opener. Also, I got to show you guys something else. I haven't told anybody about this. So hang on. Let me get it while I'm walking over to my nightstand. If you would like and subscribe to my channel, if you haven't already, do that if you would. Okay, hold on. I want to show you this because I was sent this and I forgot. So here's the story, everybody. A couple years ago, I believe it was a couple years ago, I had a journalist reach out to me. Her name is Bridget. She might even be watching. If you are, Bridget, hello. Say hello to your sister. I helped her. I helped her with this. I gave her a lot of information about MLMs. This is coming out in May, and her publisher said that I could do a giveaway, and I just wanted to see if this was something that you would be interested in. Should we do a giveaway of in some way, shape, or form? It's called Little Bosses Everywhere: How the Pyramid Scheme Shaped America. It's by Bridget Reed. So shout out to Bridget. Thank you for sending this to me, by the way, Bridget, in case you see it. It was a really fun project, a very quiet project. I have not read it yet, but I'm gonna. So again, that comes out in May, I believe. Let me double check. May 6th, the day before my birthday. It's kind of cool. So that comes out. Again, I haven't read it yet. I'm going to, but shout out to Bridget and Penguin Random House Crown Publishing. So yeah, very excited to read it. Yeah, check to make sure you're subscribed, guys, because sometimes social media does its thing. I do have my hair tucked behind my ears because I was just going to put my headphones on. I didn't feel like dealing with it. So that's where we are. Okay, today's video, we are going to roast some MLM CEOs. Do I have notes prepared? Yes. Have I watched this ahead of time? Yes. We're going to point out the logical fallacies. I'm going to point out the manipulation tactics that they are using. It's going to get messy for them. But over here, we're going to have a good time as we sip on our favorite beverage. That's good, guys. That's good, I must say. Yeah, the fake tears, we're going to get into all of it. Anyways, so again, thanks to Jen for sending me this video and for Lushy uploading it to her drive to share it with me. I appreciate you guys so much. And yeah, let's just dive into it. This apparently was an end of January Facebook Live. They did post this publicly. And I don't know what their intentions were. I'm not sure, but we're going to watch it together. We're going to roast them together. We sure are. Yeah. So let's go.
Hello, Scentsy family. How is everyone?
Look how much bigger my face looks than yours.
We're so happy to be with you on the end of the month.
It's been 3 years since we've done this, and the first 12 minutes we spent trying to get on
my computer, and it didn't work.
And yeah, so
let me just say, I cannot stand how they talk over one another. Mainly, I can't stand how he talks over her constantly. I don't like that.
Then we had to switch to the cell phone. So
teamwork.
Hello.
Cheers, Lushy.
But if any of you go back on our page to the beginning of end of the month lives in the past, you will see that we had this problem.
I do love her
before.
glasses.
We just forgot.
They're cute.
we're technically challenged, definitely.
Well, we are 55, so
we shouldn't even know how to do all this.
We're ahead of the curve, being able to get on a live. Oh, that's kind of an ageist joke. I probably shouldn't do that.
You shouldn't.
Even
Stop now.
Yeah.
Because you're making fun of me.
We can all learn at any age. Yeah.
No, I'm making fun of myself.
So welcome. We're excited to be back. You're gonna notice some changes in.
And again, depending on when you're coming in on this live stream, you're going to notice some jumps. It's because Jen was so gracious enough to edit out all of the gaps and time that they wasted not saying anything. So thank you again, Jen. So in case you see cuts, that's what that is.
Maybe the way we do this call compared to Dan, and that's not a comparison. He has his way and we have our way. So it might be a little different.
Yeah.
Okay.
So some of you may be looking for things that we won't be able to deliver. And some of you may find some things that you weren't expecting that you're going to really like. But we just want to spend some time with you, share about what has happened in January, the good things that have happened in January, share some context about Scentsy. Many of you might be really meeting us for the first time.
That's what I was just thinking, is that there are probably a lot of you on this call that don't really know Heidi and Orville and Heidi.
Why are you talking like that about yourself?
So we hope that
Why can't you just say that have never seen us, never met us, and have never watched a video that we have done? And then you could go into introducing yourself. Not that hard.
through a little bit through this call that you get to know us and our hearts.
And here's kind of an interesting thing about life that I've learned is it's really hard to please everybody, and trying is just a waste of time. So be yourself, but be the best version of yourself and improve every day. And you'll have enough people that love you, and those that don't, they have lots of people to love, and they can go find them if they have the capacity to love. Sometimes people just don't have the capacity to love, and all they can do is hate. So with them, you just bless and release.
Okay, first of all, that's the first fallacy that they're going to use. That is the false dichotomy, bless and release. When he says, and if you're wondering, I'm looking at my notes because I just want to be prepared. Sometimes people just don't have the capacity to love, and all they can do is hate. So with them, you just bless and release. Okay. Why is this manipulative? Well, this falsely divides people into two groups. You either love Scentsy or you hate Scentsy, and that's negative. It completely ignores valid criticism and legitimate concerns from consultants who may feel exploited by the business model. So criticizing unethical business practices isn't hate, that's called accountability. So there's that. What is his name? Dan? Is that his name? I don't remember. Scentsy reps deserve transparency. People that are looking at joining multi-level marketing companies deserve transparency, not manipulation disguised as positivity, which is what he's doing here, in my opinion. But y'all let me know what you think.
Bless and release. I love that.
Yeah. After doing your best, what more can you do?
Which I might just share a story with you right here, right now. And
Say, Melissa.
Oh, baby.
Ew.
One of my favorite parts. She cannot hide her emotions.
It has to do with bless and release, and maybe I haven't done that fully. So, but before we left on our mission, and a little bit too, this tells a little bit why I haven't been on the calls a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Because before we left on our mission, somebody sent an anonymous letter to our home addressed to me, and very hateful, very, very rude, and obviously anonymous because they weren't gutsy enough or brave enough to say it to my face. But how they didn't like my wahoos on the end of month live, and I don't know.
They were rude about your mother?
Yeah, they even said stuff about my mother who was dead. And how she was annoying, or I don't even remember what the words were. I just remember that receiving that letter, and so bless and release. I bless and release.
Now, why is any of this relevant? Oh, it's not. This is actually another logical fallacy. This is the appeal to emotion, the anonymous hateful letter. And why is this manipulative? Well, this distracts from real criticism about Scentsy by making it seem like any negative feedback is just personal attacks. And Jen said, oh, She got this letter 3 years ago. Also, same Savannah. The violence. Yeah. So what this is an attempt to distract from real criticism, making it sound like everything is a personal attack. And consultants aren't upset about her personality. They're upset about the predatory practices. They're upset about the unrealistic sales quota. They're upset about the comp plan changes. They're upset about the lack of income, according to Scentsy's own income disclosure statement. So instead of discussing real issues, they're trying to make this about their personal feelings. And I do think that people in multi-level marketing sometimes do this to try and seem relatable. I think that the CEOs, who chances are probably are getting a nice little chunk of change as a salary, whereas the distributors in the company are not really making anything. We know the industry statistics, and I do believe I've put the Scentsy income disclosure statement in the video description if you want to look a little bit deeper into that. So what we see from people in multi-level marketing, what we're seeing from them is they're trying to make it seem like all, what's the word I'm looking for? Criticism is just negative, or it's a personal attack on them. So, yep, another logical fallacy. I'm so shocked. Aren't you guys?
Whoever wrote that letter, and I invite you to get off this call if you're on the call. And if you don't like my wahoos, I invite you to leave. So it is Scentsy.
Okay.
It is something that we started 20 years ago. We're very proud of it. And I can't even tell you how many lives have been blessed through Scentsy. And we receive letters.
And I think that's what keeps us going.
Yeah.
And it's what keeps the home office going. And we've got some really good things happening.
Yes. So let's talk about January.
So first, one of the things that is really difficult, particularly in a momentum business. Scentsy's a momentum business. Direct selling in general is a momentum business, and belief about the potential opportunities that you will have, or the future opportunities that you will have, dictate a lot of what your feelings about your business are, about the business in general, about the sales channel in general. And during difficult times, it's easy to say, there's a problem with the channel, there's a problem with my company, there's a problem with this course that I'm pursuing. And, while we admit that direct selling isn't for everybody, there is a very specific place that direct selling occupies in entrepreneurship, in the business opportunity realm. And it is different, I think, than what a lot of people from the outside might think it to be, or people who get into a direct selling company and then get disillusioned might think it to be. One of the fundamental parts of a direct selling company is the community that is created. It's one of the main reasons people will join and stay.
Notice it's not because of the money. Also, I'm sorry that I'm messing with my hair. This is really bothering me. I should have put more hairspray in it. Anyways, this is manipulation, what he's doing. So when he says direct selling is a momentum business, and when things go bad, it's easy to blame the channel, but direct selling has a unique place in entrepreneurship. First of all, direct selling, network marketing, social selling, multi-level marketing is not entrepreneurship. You are a contracted worker that is selling a product and earning a commission, and or recruiting people and making money off of directly recruiting them, and or making money off of their sales if they sell anything. People who succeed believe in the opportunity. Those who leave just didn't believe hard enough. So the reason that all of this is a great example of how CEOs like them manipulate their people to stay is because they're using survivorship bias. So only talking, about the few people who succeed while ignoring the overwhelming majority that fail, over 99%, according to the Federal Trade Commission, is absolutely absurd. What they're doing here is they're trying to shift the blame onto struggling consultants instead of the flawed business model. They're trying to blame the distributors in the company rather than saying, well, maybe we should just go to an affiliate model And then we don't have to worry about a flawed business model. They're never going to accept that. And I would venture to say that even when they do go to an affiliate model, because I think that's the next step, I think that's where they're going, they're still going to blame the consultants. And she'll elaborate on that here in just a second. But this is extremely manipulative because Scentsy relies on recruiting, because the majority of the sellers make little to no money according to their income disclosure statement, and belief doesn't pay bills. Data shows that most MLM reps lose money. So no matter how hard they believe, it's not going to change the data. It's not going to change the income disclosure statement. It's not going to change what we know to be true based on our own experiences, many of us, in multi-level marketing. So this is absolutely manipulative.
Because yes, they're looking for extra income. Yes, they love the products and they want to share them with their friends. But if they don't find a community that they love and feel loved in, then they don't stay. And so that community is critically important, and momentum from a sales perspective will help that community. And when momentum is against you, or when the winds are blowing against you, then it's really hard for that community to hold together because people start to point fingers and attack one another.
Okay, so
before she goes on to this next thing, that's also extremely manipulative. They're using the family cult tactic here, where he says Scentsy is about community, not just sales. If people don't find a community they love, they leave. This is manipulative because they're equating Scentsy with a family to make people feel guilty for wanting to leave. They're trying to shame people into staying, because how dare you leave your family? It's absolutely disgusting. It's something that we see in a lot of MLMs. I think what do they call their events? I think they call their events family reunions. That in itself is extremely alarming to me. What they're trying to do is to create a cult-like loyalty tactic, or they're using a cult-like loyalty tactic designed to help, or designed to keep, excuse me, I can't read my own notes, to keep people emotionally invested. Yeah, Scentsy family reunion. It's disgusting. If the community only exists while you're paying money, that's not a family. That's financial manipulation. That's what that is. A real community doesn't push you for leaving, doesn't punish you for leaving, doesn't push you away for leaving or asking questions. So that's manipulative.
let's go move on with the good news. Are you ready?
January is there's a lot of
It's showing
seeds
momentum.
of momentum.
Yes.
Right? There's some changes that are happening.
Okay. At leadership too, maybe we're going to talk about it or record a video, the message that we gave everyone at leadership, because it's actually something that we used on the mission with the missionaries, and the mission took off. The momentum built, and the mission is on fire right now. And
the missionaries are happy and the work is productive. And so it's based really on principles that were introduced to us through the book, The Boys in the Boat. Now, if you've seen the movie,
you got to read the book.
Yeah,
the book is better.
The book is where the philosophy is laid out.
They actually don't, in the movie, they actually don't even really expound on what we talked about. They say the word swing one time.
And swing is this thing that happens in rowing when the boat feels like it is taking off, it's carrying itself, where work or the effort and the fatigue kind of gives way to exaltation, because all rowers in the boat are in such perfect unison that the boat takes off. So we talked a little bit about that at leadership, about how we can keep our mind in the boat, focused on what we're doing, and being in a championship boat requires championship effort, but the rewards of being in a championship boat are phenomenal, because you have that community that you need so much, and
you can find community anywhere. You shouldn't have to buy products or sell products or pay a monthly auto ship. I'm not saying that Scentsy does that, or whatever. all the requirements that we see for people participating in a multi-level marketing model. You shouldn't have to financially invest in order to find community. Come on. This is so gross. Also, the other thing I'd like to point out is everybody in Scentsy Mormon? Because I bet they're not. Nothing against being Mormon, nothing against organized religion. You do you. All beliefs or lack of beliefs are welcome here. But if you're going to promote a company and then now you're giving this advice on things that you experienced while you were on a mission trip, and not everybody is Mormon or believes in that, I think that that's a little odd, not very inclusive in my opinion. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I also think there were some notes up here. Hang on one second. I wanted to mention this. When he was talking about momentum earlier, MLMs always say that you just need momentum, but the real momentum that they're talking about is in recruiting. And a lot of these companies, the distributors are the reps. So you'll see, you know, multiple accounts being made and being funded by the same account that is owned by the distributor. They're buying the products. They're, you know, grabbing all the new products or like the bring back my bar things that Scentsy does. It's extremely manipulative. And my favorite, I haven't seen it in a while, is an S chart where they have the little X. They're like, you're right here. And it's at the bottom of that. I haven't seen it in a while. We need to bring that back.
Life goes in directions that brings you and those around you more and more joy. And if you're not in sync with others, it's really hard to get ahead, right? You're always fighting against somebody at some time for some reason. So eliminating that negativity, finding your people.
Asking questions, critically thinking is not negativity. Dan, I think that's his name, right? That's not negativity. Asking questions is not negativity. It's asking questions to find information out. This is another false dichotomy. False dichotomy? Hello? Yeah, false dichotomy. Only two things are possible, this or that. So this is not correct. There are many people that are probably for, you know, that are pro Scentsy, that are asking questions. Are those people that are asking questions, whether it's about the product or, you know, scents or whatever, I almost said flavors, but you know, they don't have flavors, they have scents. Is somebody asking questions like that? Is that negative to Dan? Because he's making it seem like everybody has to be in sync. Everybody has to be rowing in the same direction. And while that might be true when it comes to workload, when we're talking about like a business structure, in multi-level marketing, that is a tactic that they use to control their people, to prevent them from critically thinking, to prevent them from asking questions. And then typically what they'll do is they'll shame people for asking questions so nobody else does. Weird.
People getting in rhythm is what creates momentum. And we'll expound on that, put out a video talking about what we talked about at leadership. We'll get that done this month.
And just, I guess, we invite you all to be a part of that boat that is going to row for gold. We invite you. So any who want to come along.
Oh,
So
Ashley.
we talked about
Ashley, this is amazing. I let everyone know this week that I'll be leaving Scentsy and decided to start my own wax melt business. Yes. Yes. Hey, do me a favor and send me, once you get up and running, let me know. I'll check everything out because I think that's awesome.
Congrats. Scensy's history a little bit. And Scentsy had a pretty, from the outside, like a crazy start. Like it seemed, for people that weren't around those first few years, that we launched and it was all sales and rainbows.
But it wasn't.
we grew very quickly.
We did.
Even though...
But it wasn't easy.
Yeah, we were tripping all over ourselves in doing so. There was one time I remember in 2005, we had just published our catalog, and we found out that all of the warmers that we had just published into the catalog wouldn't be available until January.
And not just like a few of them. we're saying every single warmer was not going to be available.
So consultants would go to a home party, they'd show the warmers, and they would say, they won't be available till January. Now this was in like October.
Yeah.
And what
That sounds like you weren't leading like you should. Good Lord, I missed a bunch of, we have a new member. We have some gifted memberships. I apologize for missing this. So let's celebrate them all at the same time. Marie, thank you for becoming a member. Welcome. So glad you joined us. Also, Carlin, you changed your name back. Okay. Gifted 1 membership. Thank you so much. And Rachel, another gifted membership. Thank you. This is for you guys. Make sure that I put a new link to the Discord in under a community tab, under a post, under the community tab. There it is. So you guys can join if you would like to. And welcome to the new members. And also Stephanie, member for 2 months. Thank you so much for being a member. I appreciate you guys. And yeah, I just saw it. Yeah, thanks, Stephanie. Thank you. I appreciate it. 19 months, Nikki K. Time flies when we're having fun. You know what I mean? Yeah. Awesome.
we ended up doing is we had a gift certificate. So consultants were essentially selling a gift certificate. But during that period of time, Scentsy grew like 4 or 5x in that catalog run.
Well, which is it?
On average.
Which is it? If you're going to throw out some statistics, you probably should know what you're talking about. It grew something like 4 or 5x. Well, which is it? And also, if your distributors have to wait that long for a product, it sounds like you made some mistakes. It sounds like you need to open up about, hey, this is what we did wrong. Notice he didn't say that. He just said, oh, well, these products weren't available. Why? Dan, why? Your job is to make sure the distributors have what they need. Why was it not available for, what is that, 4 or 5 months? 3 months? November, December, January. Yeah, 3 months. Why was it not available? And why are you not taking ownership of it? I bet, listen, I know what kind of a leader this guy is. I bet that he put it up to the top distributors in Scentsy and was like, okay, guys, what can we do? How can we solve this problem? Hey, Dan, that should have been you solving the problem. You guys are the CEOs. You should have solved the problem. I don't know if that's the case. That's just the vibe that I'm getting. If I'm wrong, let me know. Let me know.
Every consultant added 5 people to her team on average. That wasn't because the execution from the home office was spectacular.
No.
I mean, that was horrible execution.
I'm sure some of you.
And that's on you guys as the CEOs. If the home office isn't operating properly, that is on you too. Oh, the home office wasn't operating properly. Oh my God. The lack of personal accountability makes me want to throw my Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar. I'm not going to, but it makes me think about it.
Here, remember that year.
Carlin, thank you so much. One more thing, 2025 is going to be a big year for anti-MLM. I can absolutely feel it. I am right there with you.
Oh my God.
Know what I'm saying?
Was because people believed that the future was going to be bright for them. That Scentsy had what it took to deliver exponential change in their life. And those that couldn't handle that disruption left. And those that could are the ones that a lot of new consultants say, well, they had it easy. Because now they are superstar directors with large teams.
And that wasn't the only time. We had another year, I think, where we launched. Is that the one you're talking about? Where we launched a new software and nothing worked?
Oh, 2009.
Yeah. So we had another year. Yeah.
So we were growing really fast. And what was interesting is we'd do the math on the at the end of all the sales data. And on a big day, which was, a few 100,000 in sales, at the end of the month, it would take us 24 hours, more than 24 hours, to get the data from our accounting software from our point of sales software into the accounting software. And as we were looking at our growth, we realized that within 3 or 4 months, every day was going to be bigger than that. So it would take more than 24 hours to get 24 hours worth of data into our accounting software, and we knew that that was going to break. So we had to launch a new software.
8 months, Julie. Thank you so much.
We had to do it quick. And sometimes when you do it quick, you don't do it right.
Who's we? Hey, who's we? Because he's quick to blame it on other people. Wait, what is his name? Is his name? His name's not Dan? I thought, I swear to God, I thought it was Dan. His name's Orville. Oh God, I butchered that. I swear I thought his name was Dan. I don't know why. My bad. Orville. That is a long name. Kay Marie, member for 19 months. Do they think talking about all their failures makes people want to join? Very good point. Very good point indeed. Jen, I love it. It's really good. Really, really good.
And boy, did we not do it right. So we launched the software.
His name is Dan now.
Sales went into like,
Oh.
they just were gone. We had no idea what people were ordering. We had money going into our account. We had no idea where it was coming from, where it was going.
Items got double shipped, triple shipped.
Consultants would call up, hey, I got
crazy.
this order for the third time. What do you want me to do with the product? At that time, we were growing so fast. Product was flowing in.
We're just going to call him Dan because I don't know why. I thought his name was Dan.
And we weren't a big company at that time, 2009, let's see,
Can you remember back that far?
about 165 million in sales, about a third of the size we are now. And I remember spending in...
A third of the size you are now. With everybody leaving, Dan? That's his given name on tonight's stream.
That catalog season, I think $7 or $8 million in air freight shipments, in double shipments, and paying overtime. But during that period of time,
thank you,
we grew 400 or 500%.
Well, and wasn't that the year?
Which is it? 400 or 500%. Again, we're talking statistics. If you're gonna give all of these statistics, you probably should know what you're talking about. You should have that information prepared and planned ahead of time and in front of you.
That we paid out like $7 million.
Yeah.
I mean, no profit whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we spent all of our profit taking care of consultants. They'd call up and say, my order's not here. What was in it?
Yeah.
We just trusted it and we sent it out.
We also had another year where
what is the point of
we
this?
Just hired on Mark Stastny.
Yeah, it was his first day at work.
It was his first day at work, and we got a notice that all of a certain kind of warmer that we carried at the time.
Yeah, every warmer that we had sold in our first 2.5 years.
Yes, were going to be recalled. Every single one.
So, hey, Mark, welcome to your job. Let's figure out this crisis.
How do we work through this? Yeah.
And we worked through it. Now, the reason we talk about these things is...
Growing is hard, yes.
A lot of people think that a company is doing well when there aren't hiccups, when there aren't problems. The reality is, if you're not making a mistake here or there, you're not really trying hard enough. If you stay within your comfort zone to where you can execute at 100%, you're not finding your edge.
I would say at that point you have no vision because you're not finding your edge. So and the outside of the edge.
Improvement requires finding your edge.
Yeah.
It's in weightlifting. It's the
maybe don't talk about weightlifting. Maybe don't talk about something you know nothing about. Dan, Orville, Danville, whatever we're calling him. Maybe stay in your lane on that one.
Same in any type of physical activity. It's the same in
they say like fatigue your muscles. So you have to go outside the box to fatigue yourself.
Yeah.
What the hell is she talking about? Just okay. Trying to draw an example in strength training to being in an MLM. Please don't do that.
Now, this becomes particularly challenging if you are in a position, or if you're in the midst of everything. So like if you're in the jungle or in the forest. We'll say the
What?
forest because
Now we're in the jungle?
If you're in the middle of the forest and you're surrounded by trees, it's very difficult to see the whole forest. You know the saying, you can't see the forest for the trees.
But if you really think about it, you are only seeing a little bit of the forest.
That's right.
So you're only
Yeah.
seeing a small portion where you're standing.
Yeah. From the home office's perspective and from
Oh my
Heidi's and my
God.
perspective, because of our understanding of what all of your businesses are doing, who's succeeding, who's struggling, why those that are succeeding are succeeding, why those that are struggling. You know, we understand a lot about what's going on in your personal life, about the struggles you're dealing with. And a lot of people think that we might just be disconnected, but you could not be farther from the truth. We understand these things, but we also see things with a much broader perspective. And what we like to say is, Scentsy is always playing business chess.
Oh, I love this. Yeah.
We're seeing moves 5 or 6 moves out. Why? Is it because we're smarter than everybody else? No. It's because at the home office, and particularly as owners and stewards of the brand, we see a broader view.
Well, yeah, because you have all the data, whereas distributors only have their back office. They don't have every distributor's back office. What? This is so weird, you guys.
And because we see that broader view, we can look at moves 5 or 6 moves out and come backwards to decide what needs to happen now.
Yes.
I think Stephen Covey talked about it's one of the
Oh,
7
God.
habits. Begin with the end in mind, and then you work backwards.
And if you think, I mean, every business needs to make adjustments or they're out of business.
Well, of course.
So sometimes we have to make quick decisions also, very quick.
So which is it? You're 5 or 6 moves ahead, or you're making quick decisions? Because this live is giving you're making quick decisions.
Yeah, so in January, the rough stuff in January, and then the good stuff. So we had to make a couple of changes that a lot of people are frustrated about, and then they kind of digest it, they understand it. And I think for the most part, everybody gets everything except maybe one change that we made, and they don't really understand that. So we'll probably clear that up a little bit.
They don't understand it, or they don't agree with it. Oh, the minimizing. Wow.
But just to let you know, we changed the activity requirement from 200 PRV to 250 PRV. And that's going to be a little bit of a stretch. Might be a big stretch for some people. But if we don't stretch, we don't grow.
Okay, here's an idea for you. Why don't you take a pay cut? Why don't you, as members of the C-suite for Scentsy, why don't you take a pay cut instead of expecting the distributors to pay more to stay active or whatnot, to go from 200 PV to 250 PV? Why don't you take that pay cut? Oh, you're not going to do that. No. You're going to expect the distributors to be buying more product. Gross. Oh man. They're increasing the sales quota, which means that, just like I've said, consultants have to spend more money in order to stay active. And instead of acknowledging how this hurts struggling consultants, they frame it like it's a challenge for personal growth. It's disgusting. Raising quotas isn't stretching. It's forcing reps to buy more just to stay in this culty system, in my opinion, this commercial cult, this family. If Scentsy really cared about their reps, they'd lower the costs and they would increase commissions. And these two would be getting less of a salary. They would actually even the playing field a little bit. This is wild.
True.
And if you don't grow individually,
yeah.
then Scentsy doesn't grow as a whole. And if Scentsy doesn't grow as a whole, then we lose momentum. As we lose momentum, we lose community. As we lose community, the point of being in business.
Here's the thing. These people wouldn't be doing this live stream if they didn't have consultants signing up. If consultants canceled their auto ship, canceled their orders, canceled their VIP, whatever it's called, they wouldn't be in this position. And I say this often, but I don't think people realize the power that consumers have in these types of scenarios. If people stop spending money with these companies, there would be no Scentsy. There would be no MLM companies. There would be no greedy CEOs. If we started using our money and not spending it with these people, it makes a huge impact. Huge impact.
And joining a business goes away. So we have to stretch you enough that you will find your edge and you will grow for you to actually enjoy your experience with Scentsy.
Oh, why don't you grow your edge? Okay.
So every year inflation happens. And every year we don't make changes at Scentsy. We haven't made changes at Scentsy. And so I guess it's kind of we're catching up.
Yeah, there's always a catch-up year. I mean, think about it this way. In 100 years from now, a light bulb is going to cost $200.
I hope not, but
right?
I hope not.
It'll adjust to where a light bulb is $200. And if your requirement to be active at Scentsy was only to sell one light bulb, it wouldn't make sense. We wouldn't have a business, right? So there always has to be these adjustments. It started at 150 in 2004. Around 2014, as we were looking to renew again, we were going through our first dip, renewal came with a stretching of the expectation. And because we stretched expectations, one of the contributing factors to our renewal in 2014, 15, that went on and that prepared us to take advantage of the opportunities that came through COVID. After COVID, we're in another dip. And we looked at it and we said, you know, it is time to make this adjustment again. It's been about a decade. So I hope you can understand that one.
Okay, the next one.
A little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
So we changed the policy that...
I don't know why, but sometimes when I'm reacting to things and they say things, I think of like music lyrics. Does anybody else do that? And Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us, the part where he's like, "Hey Drake, they're not slow." That part, that's how I want to respond to him. He's like, "It's a little bit more complicated. I'm not sure if you guys will grasp it, but we're going to go ahead and give it a whirl. Hey Drake, they're not slow." Okay. Do you guys do that?
It was
movie
always,
quotes.
When you start, you get 20% commission. And when you reach $1,000 cumulatively in sales, then your commission would go to 25%. And we looked at the challenges that has caused for the organization as a whole. The attitudes between sponsors and new consultants, team leaders and the members of their team, how people are motivated, how people are stretching. And there were a few things that we could do.
I'm actually an 80s kid. I know.
We looked at different options.
Well, and one of them, which we've done in the past when we've needed to make a change or a course correction, we have raised prices. And that was on the board. That was one of the ways that we could have made that course correction, is by raising prices.
Another thing we could have done is gone back to a cancellation policy that is, every 4 months you have to be active. And this is one of those things where it's really hard to understand this move. And I think a lot of you...
Hey Drake, they're not slow.
We're struggling with why we had to make this move. We didn't have to make it, why we chose to make this move. I think in 4 or 5 moves in a few months ago, a few business chess moves away, you'll come back and say, "Oh, I get it." Now, if we...
Bold of you to think people are going to stick around that long. They're not going to stick around that long.
Explain to you all 5 of those moves, there are opponents that will then make an adjustment, and then that winning strategy no longer is a winning strategy because you're...
I feel like I need to start a channel in the Discord for soundbite ideas. I think that needs to happen because I always forget, and it would be nice to go back and see that. I think I'm going to have to do that.
Disclosing your hand, you're disclosing your moves. So we're not going to explain to you all of the iterations of the future that we.
I hope he serves it up. I hope Kendrick Lamar serves it up in such a powerful Black History Month type of way. Oh, by the way, happy Black History Month, everybody. I hope, yeah. You guys get what I'm saying.
Think are going to happen, but we've been doing this for a while. We've been playing business chess for a while, and we've got a pretty good record. If you can't,
According to who? You have a good record according to yourselves?
can't trust our ability to look into the future and see what's coming and make adjustments ahead of time, and those adjustments being made not to.
Yes, please, Lushy, if you don't mind, that would be fantastic. Because I always forget to write it down, or I'll write it down on some random piece of paper. It just doesn't work. It's not organized. It drives me nuts.
Benefit us too, but to benefit consultants and their businesses, then either you're not paying attention, you don't know history, or you're just choosing not to trust us, which is okay. You don't have to trust us, but
you shouldn't trust these people. They're in the C-suite of a multi-level marketing company.
Don't think we've done anything that gives you reason not to trust us.
I would love that.
If you look back at what we've done over the last 20 years. And I know
our track record,
And the worst person, the person that you should trust least is the one that says you can trust me. I get that. But, let our actions speak. Give it some time if you're really struggling with this. More adjustments can be made. The point of this whole thing is there are principles at play, and these principles are things that have guided Scentsy.
Right. Now, that concert would be incredible. Absolutely incredible.
From the beginning, and they always will. Should we go about?
Yeah.
Sure. There's a couple of principles that are super important.
The first principle that I can think of is the huge one behind Scentsy, contribute more than you take.
It is.
Oh, right. The distributors, the consultants would like a word, because they're contributing a whole lot and they're not getting squat back from it. Front loading, marketing, creating content, going to parties, having people come over if they have product in stock. Many of them are not making any money. So how's that work? Oh, but you guys probably are getting a nice salary. You guys probably living the life. But you expect the distributors to continue to give and give and give, not just financially, their time, their energy, their creativity, their audience on social media. You just think that they're supposed to continue to give more than you take. When do they get to take? When do the distributors in a multi-level marketing company get to take anything? You've got to be kidding me. She said that with her whole chest. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Motto. But here's the thing about it. Contribute more than you take is an internal motivation. It's about, what do I need to contribute to the community that supports me, more than what am I entitled to from the community that supports me.
Which is kind of something else that I know has been said many times, but we leave people, we leave things, places better than when we...
Imagine thinking in an MLM company that people leave your company better. Imagine thinking using manipulation and the straight up gaslighting that he was using, especially when they were talking about the change from 200 PRV to 250 PRV. Imagine gaslighting and the emotional manipulation, spiritual manipulation, the lack of pay, the long hours, the undue influence. Imagine thinking that people leaving after facing all of that, just to name a handful of things, that you're leaving people better. And getting on the internet in the year 2025 and saying that with your whole chest. We believe in leaving people better. Really? Then you wouldn't have started an MLM company. That's for sure.
we found them.
In the year of our Lord,
Contributing
2025.
more to you than we take from you is our
Delusion.
business, right? That's up to us to make that math or do that math in our head and make sure that
What math are we talking about? MLM math? Is that what we're doing?
we are contributing more to your life than we are taking from. There are times where we may make a decision that we think is going to be okay, and we realize it's not.
Because you're out of touch. Yeah, you're out of touch because you're at the top of the pyramid, getting a nice salary. The people that you're managing at the home office are all getting an hourly wage or a salary, depending on where they're at in the company, while the distributors are struggling to make any kind of money. The reason that these things happen is because you're out of touch. You have no idea what it's like for these people that are in the field, but you're going to get on here and give your little motivational mumbo jumbo garbage thinking it's actually hitting.
And we have actually harmed people by the decision we've made. What do? Yeah. We correct it so that we can stay positive in that bank.
You correct it or attempt to correct it, hoping people don't leave.
Account, right? That emotional bank account where we've contributed more than we take.
Gross.
We have to be convinced in our own hearts that we've done more for you than we've taken from you. Otherwise, we have a lot of work to do. Yep. That's a mindset. Yep. And that's a mindset we've always had.
Somebody's saying, arrows out, arrows out. A lot of you that are new might not know arrows out, but it is exactly contribute more than you take goes right along with arrows out.
Yes.
Right.
Now, an arrows in approach is,
what about me?
You said to contribute more you take. You're taking from me. I'm not getting what I'm entitled to. Right?
And these distributors are entitled to getting paid for their work. These distributors are entitled to so much more. If you're in Scentsy and you're watching this, first of all, just know that I see you and that you deserve way more than these 2 chicken nuggets. I'm going to use DC's term. These 2 chicken nuggets could ever give you while they're collecting a salary, while they're trying to get on here and act like they're super smart and they're playing chess. They're playing Chinese checkers. They're playing, I saw somebody say this earlier, they're playing tic-tac-toe. You deserve better. So much better.
Right? That right there is a kryptonite nugget for the Scentsy Spirit community, or the community of Scentsy Spirit.
What the hell?
That was kind of awkward way of saying
Kryptonite,
it.
but yeah.
Sounds like a cult.
If we get to the point where it's about us, whether it's we're talking Heidi and Orville or whether we're talking you brand new consultant, then the thing that attracts people to Scentsy goes away. I mean, the products are great. We love our products. We'll talk about some of them.
Are we?
That are coming? Yeah.
Talk about some of them? Cool. Okay.
But that's not what people come to Scentsy for. People come to Scentsy because there is a...
So what I'm hearing you say is it's not about the products. We know. When I say we, I mean the anti-MLM movement. We know that it's not about the products. We know that it's about recruiting. We know that it's about the distributors being the customers and continuing to order the product and order it in bulk and continue to order it and have multiple accounts. We know that. But I'm just glad that you're coming to terms with it.
Community that is striving to
he really did,
give
Cal.
more to me than it takes from me. And that's a wonderful place to be. And people that find that reciprocal respect and love, they're upset when...
It makes me... Sorry, go
No,
ahead.
you go. I'm just saying that people that find that, they're Scentsy lifers. Whether they sell or not, they still want to be part of a community because that community is one that supports and loves them. And they can trust, if I give my best, there's going to be so many people that are trying to one-up me in goodness, I'll be taken care of.
First of all, if you're in Scentsy, you should get out. You should get out. You should cancel your account. You should cancel your customer account if you have a customer account in your partner's name, your kids' names, your fur baby's names. You should get out. Notice that none of what they are saying has anything to do with making money for work. You should be getting paid for the work that you are doing. There is nothing wrong with that.
Makes me think of the quote. I'm gonna say it wrong, but you like help others get where they want to go first.
Not a Zig Ziglar quote. Come on. In 2025, Heidi, girl.
Yeah.
And then you'll go right along with them. So it is all about helping others and lifting others.
These are
Then please explain the income disclosure statement. If you're truly about helping others and you think that you are helping others by being in the C-suite of a multi-level marketing company, collecting a salary, flying by private jet allegedly, and you think that you're helping others, how come the distributors are not being paid? Oh, it's because it's the business model. Right. But, you know, at the end of the day, Heidi, make yourself feel better by quoting Zig Ziglar, you know, and thinking, oh, I'm helping people because I'm connecting them to a community. If you really want to help people, help them pay their bills by paying them for their freaking work.
This is just a core principle that has guided Scentsy from the very beginning. Now, when we lose that principle, let me put it this way. If we see that
Zig Ziglar is somebody that the people in the MLM, I don't even want to call it industry. Let's call it a cult. People in the MLM commercial cult, in my opinion, just idolize. And it's a quote that you will hear: in order to get what you want, you have to help others get what they want, or some version of that. And they use it to manipulate people. They use it to justify the uplines, the top of the pyramid, making a ton of money while the downline is not making a lot of money. If anything, most of them are making zero or losing money. But they use it to justify their actions because, just like we're seeing here, oh, we connect them to community. We're helping people develop themselves. They're personally developing. They are, you know, developing that edge, as Orville said here a little while ago. They're stepping out of their comfort zone. It's a way for them to justify, you know, making money off of their downline, in my opinion.
core principle is people are drifting from a core Scentsy principle and we don't make corrective action, then that principle becomes meaningless, right?
Yeah. Your principles are meaningless because you're in a multi-level marketing company. You're running a multi-level marketing company that preys on people. Your core values are meaningless. I said what I said with my entire chest. I will die on that hill.
And I have to say I'm proud of all of you in the Scentsy community and how you do lift each other up and help each other. I know several people in Scentsy right now who are struggling, who might even have terminal illnesses, and I've seen you all step up and love them and help them. So
we hear all the time that,
oh, he just goes right. He just keeps going. He's like, oh, we're not going to address people that have some sort of a terminal illness. You know, yeah, my wife's crying, but so what? You know, we're going to move on. We're going to keep it going. This dude.
I went through a really rough patch, and it was my Scentsy family, my sponsor,
yes,
my teamies, my
my
director
came and sat by me in the hospital.
That's who got me
called
through.
Me every day,
right?
Yeah.
It's because we're trying to create an environment where we love one another. We mourn with those who are mourning. We cheer on those who are doing well. But we make sure that we're carrying our own weight. Now, with that principle in mind, well, there's another principle that I picked up.
You said 3, and we've only done 1, so
maybe we'll only get to 2. But
okay.
The second one is it's kind of a deep concept, and Heidi, if I'm going too deep, just say I don't even understand that, or what are you talking about?
Well, I don't play chess, so
yeah, no. What I'm saying is, like, when someone does something that benefits Scentsy, they derive a right
I'm so sorry, Wendy.
to what Scentsy produces, proportional to their contribution. If you contribute a lot to Scentsy, you have a natural right to a lot from Scentsy. If you contribute a little to Scentsy, you have the natural right to get a little bit back from Scentsy. If you take from Scentsy and you harm others because you defame or lie about or whatever the case may be, then Scentsy has an obligation to make you stop. And
What? Please send me a cease and desist. I dare you. What? If you have something negative to say, Scentsy has the obligation to stop you. Anything that is a solid business is going to be able to withstand scrutiny and criticism. What in the cult is happening here? The audacity. If you are saying negative things or, if you are hurting people, hey, Orville and Heidi, y'all are hurting people by them being in Scentsy. People are being hurt financially, spiritually, emotionally because of everything that we are seeing from you guys on this very live. Oh my God.
well, I don't want to go there. Just keeping it positive.
Oh, please do.
If you
Do go on.
something that contributes to Scentsy, you deserve a right that's proportional to that. Our job at the home office, Heidi and my primary job, is to distribute what Scentsy produces in a way that those who have contributed are fairly compensated. And that there aren't those who get more than what they have contributed. Does that make sense? If you've given a lot to Scentsy,
Or, now hear me out, from an attorney, tell me in detail how you plan to make people shut up. Speak slow like I'm 5. I just want to put this out there to Orville and Heidi that if you send me a cease and desist, that I will turn it into content. I will expose it, turn it into content, and I will make sure as many Scentsy distributors see it as possible. Just like I've done with Nilo Life. Just like I did with, what was her name? Oh, what was her name? She sent me the email cease and desist. Remember, that's where period, comma, forever came from. Was her name Justine? I don't remember. That didn't work out well for her either. Please, just know that if you send a cease and desist to a content creator, they are going to turn it into content. Because fair use. I'm taking their video, I'm transforming it, I'm providing my commentary. Oh, that makes me giggle.
Scentsy owes you a lot. If you haven't given much, if you've given a little to Scentsy, Scentsy owes you a little. The better Heidi and I are, and then by extension, Dan and the rest of the team, at making sure that those who are getting from Scentsy is in line with what they have a natural right to, then Scentsy will flourish. If we give to one group more than what they are entitled to, based upon or what the natural right is, then somebody's going to be without. So we are always in a balancing situation. How do we protect the rights of those who give a lot and make sure they get their fair share?
Well, I think it would be beneficial to your audience, Orville, if you defined how just the specifics around this. Okay, these people are giving a lot. Okay, what parameters are we using to measure if somebody is giving a lot to Scentsy? Is it time? Is it their rank? Is it the money that they've spent over the years? Is it how much front-loading stock they have? What is it that determines whether somebody is giving Scentsy a lot? I would love to know how you define that. Since we're talking about business analytics, that would be fascinating to see how he defines somebody giving back. and being entitled to getting a lot. So the distributors that, over 99% of people losing money or don't make any, according to his information here, they're not entitled to it. So they're not getting a lot because they're not contributing a lot. Are they not spending enough money? Are they not dedicating enough time to advertising for Scentsy online? Are they not attending the events? So they're not entitled to any of that. This logic is illogical. It doesn't make any sense.
And how do we encourage those who aren't giving much to give more so that they can derive more benefit? So that's always a puzzle piece that we're playing. That's a principle that guides us.
This is a good
I'm
point.
gonna have to decode that some other time because that's pretty heavy stuff. But
It's really not. It's manipulation.
That are like, I don't want to hear
Calm
this. I want to see what I came to see.
let me give you one example on that.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay, one of the challenges that Scentsy people experience, if you're a customer on here for the first time, or if you are
If you're a customer that's listening to this on their Facebook, run the other way, run the other direction. There are plenty of other companies out there that offer wax melts and warmers that are ethical businesses. In fact, there's plenty of other small businesses out there that you can support.
long-time Scentsy consultant, there are times when we have a limited time offering, right? And let's say that you have been a solid consultant your entire year.
What does that mean? How do you define a solid consultant? What does that mean? They have their VIP or auto ship orders running every single month. What does that mean? Is it, they're spending a certain amount every single month? What does that mean? Especially because if his audience is anybody and everybody, and he's like, hey, if you're a customer here, I would think that you would want to define specifically these parameters that he's measuring, whether somebody is or is not a solid distributor. What does that even mean?
Put in mini parties, you've brought in lots of hosts, you're sponsoring people, you're helping those people, and here comes an LTO that everybody wants. And you have your customers that you've been supporting all year long.
Wait, this does really happen.
Yes. You have,
This really happened.
I'm sorry. Wait, you mean the other examples and hypotheticals that you were giving earlier they didn't really happen? What does that mean? Wait, this really happens.
You have customers you're supporting all year long. And when the LTO comes out, you don't get to support your customers that have been supporting you because we run out too soon. Why? There is when
you have a limited time offer, it's a certain amount of product for a limited time. This is not rocket science. What?
pretty large group of Scentsy consultants who don't do anything until there is a gimme product. An LTO that is so compelling, it's easy to sell. That's the only time they engage. Now, we're going to sell out no matter what. It has nothing to do with our property rights here.
Right, okay.
Nothing to do with what is going to come into our pocket or what's going to make a difference in the home office. But those consultants who have worked day in and day out and have taken care of their teams, done everything we've asked for them, they're the ones that are harmed when people that haven't done much come in and get that LTO and it sells out. So how do we balance that? Do we say, unless you're active, you can't participate in LTOs, right? Now, my whole point in bringing this up, and we decided not to do that, that's some background as to why we might have done what we did, right?
Not announcing that.
What we're trying to do is encourage those that is stretching those that to contribute
definitely in favor,
more
Melissa,
so that we can give more, and protecting those that are already giving a lot. And that's just one example.
Giving a lot of what?
As to something that we needed to balance by these changes.
Okay. A couple things that I saw as things were scrolling.
As I was just talking and talking and talking.
But it was good. And I've seen a lot of people like, come on, get off your soapbox.
Really? I'm so
This
sorry.
is how we used to
You're
do
not.
end of month lives. Is we would come on here, we would congratulate all of those that promoted, who earned the trips, woohoo, and call out people's names. That's how we did it. And like I said earlier at the beginning, Dan.
I mean, this comment right here freaking nails it. You don't mind distributors encouraging people to join for the discount, but it's a problem when people don't do anything until LTOs come out. Absolutely.
And everybody he invited on maybe did it a little differently, and so this is gonna feel different for sure.
Well, and if you're going to build a culture,
Yes.
you have to teach principles on how to build a culture.
Yes. And you have to hear the stories. Wouldn't you not be how do you say that? If you didn't know the Scentsy stories, you belong to this company, you need to know the stories that have happened throughout the years. And so,
except you don't. The only reason that they want these emotionally charged stories is so that people stick around because they feel like this is their family, which again is the manipulation. You can see my notes at the beginning of this live stream. They're just trying to emotionally manipulate people to stick around. You've got to know the stories. Listen, they're wax melts. It's not that serious. Just like Charlene said earlier, it's not that serious.
because you are part of the Scentsy family. So
It's not just about selling products.
it's not.
Right. It's about recruiting. Yeah. And shaming and guilting and gaslighting people into continuing to stay and ordering the product. And yeah.
If it was,
Wow.
then I wouldn't be here.
Well, I wouldn't either. And who here wouldn't say, and maybe they would, but that you have grown or had that personal development through Scentsy, that you are different today than you were yesterday.
And hopefully better.
Through Scentsy, yeah. And hopefully it is in that improvement direction.
So Heidi, I talked a lot about some things.
He is so rude. He is so rude and interrupts her. Oh,
I don't know if we covered it well enough, but I hope you got some principles as to why we do things. Let's talk about what happened good in January, because there was a lot that happened, and these are seeds of a momentum
that was bad?
shift. They are real, and we're very excited about 2025.
Okay, two things though that we're scrolling through here that I wanted to address. And so we are seeing, we're watching here as sometimes it goes so fast we can't comment, but we want the weighted buddy back. Is it coming back?
I think that there was enough excitement about the weighted buddy that we are not going to leave you weighted buddyless for long.
Yes. So
we do have to remind you, you gotta not leave it in the microwave for a very long period of time.
Okay, and somebody said FedEx sucks.
Like a minute in the microwave is all you need.
Yeah, do
rude.
not turn it on and leave it in there. It'll burn like anything else. I remember in college burning those corn things.
the thumbs down. I live.
And it would smell like popcorn. Yeah, burnt corn forever. So.
Okay, and FedEx.
A few of you were like, FedEx sucks. Ooh, we hate FedEx.
They're doing their best.
They are. They're trying. The only other option really is UPS, and they dumped us during COVID, so they're the ones that left us at.
And why is that? I would love to hear that whole story. Do any of you know why UPS said, oh no, we're not delivering Scentsy stuff anymore? Anybody know?
Our most time of need, when we needed our packages shipped.
I'm sorry, if you're talking about the pandemic, people did not need their wax melts. They needed face masks, they needed hand sanitizer, they needed household items, things of that nature. I'm sorry, your wax melts? Not a priority during a pandemic. Are you kidding? We needed our wax melts and our warmers and our buddies delivered. People's lives depended on it, except they didn't. Their lives did not depend on wax melts.
They dumped us. And so
Oh my God.
they do have a new CEO now. I think they might have seen some.
We've got
serious
signs
fallout
that
from
they are
them.
looking to get some business back.
Yes.
So they thought they were going in a different direction. I
Yes.
think that direction
Yeah.
didn't work for them. So now they're
So-
looking to get back some old customers. But we have to be grateful for FedEx.
Sounds kind of familiar, doesn't it? People leaving Scentsy because of the changes, because of the greed, because of a whole host of things, and they're trying to get people back. Sounds awfully familiar.
Hopefully that gives you a glimmer.
As hard as it is,
Yeah.
it's nice that you don't have to drive to Meridian or
Here.
South Carolina to pick up your products.
Okay, and they're saying weighted buddy other than Hamish.
Well, we'll have to see
I
on
don't
that.
know. Yeah. I don't
Okay,
know about that.
so January.
Okay.
Some seeds of
January,
improvement.
yeah, that show that we're starting down a good path of momentum. January was the second best recruiting month.
Oh, it wasn't about the products. Was not about the products. Second best recruiting month for these guys.
In the last 15 months. And it was a January. January is always a not so good month. So, woohoo!
And
Awesome! Everyone who recruited, way to go!
Mexico had its second best recruiting month ever.
Notice that they didn't reveal any numbers. And notice that she said it's the second best in the last 15 months, but they've been around for how long? Show us the numbers. Show us the entire trend. Show us the entire report. Tell us what every January, for as long as you guys have been in business, has looked like specifically around recruiting. I would love to see it. But see, they're going to pick and choose what they share. It's the second highest month in 15 months. Okay.
Woo, yeah.
For a January, ahead of a transition month, which a lot of people wait for a transition month.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about the transition month kit coming up in a second.
Yeah. So, way to go. That's awesome.
We don't have today's numbers in yet, but everything was projecting.
January revenue will finish up 21% from January 2019.
Now, why do we use 2019?
Why
Because
do you think? I know why,
2020
but-
was COVID. It was
Yeah.
crazy times, right?
Because you're trying to manipulate the numbers to make them look better than what they actually are. Why not use 2021 or 2022 or 2023? Oh, because it's been in a steady decline? So they're going to go all the way back to 2019. Yeah, I see y'all. I see what you are doing, and it's manipulative. Yeah.
We kind of have to not even look at those 2 years. They kind of were an anomaly, and so
And then coming down.
yeah, and then coming down. Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of people that have only started in 2020.
Can you please tell me any business that decides to skip years because they're I can't even say it. Anomaly. There it is. That's not how that works. You can't pick and choose what years you review and what you don't.
20 and on, their reality was this this COVID reality that was interesting. One, Scentsy was able to operate when a lot of companies couldn't. Two, we had
That's not a flex. That's disgusting. It's wax melts. It's not that serious. That should not have been a priority.
a consumable product that was a nesting product and everyone was stuck in their home. Three, there was government money flowing around to help people that were stuck at home. Four,
And you know what people were using the money for that were stuck at home, that were furloughed? They were using money to try and pay their bills because they were out of work. What? Okay.
they weren't working so they could become a Scentsy consultant and make a little extra money while they were at home. There were all kinds of factors that really pushed sales up during COVID. Then afterwards, we've been coming back down to a reality.
Do you think they took PPP loans? These two? That would be interesting.
And our reality is about what it was 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Yep.
Slight improvements every year, but a very stable, healthy growth. And
Which
I think
was what, like 400 and something?
between 450 and 500 million.
Yeah.
With the opportunity
If somebody would like to look that up and would like to share, that would be awesome. And if not, that's okay too.
to take advantage of something that might come up. So we're right in that sweet spot right now, looking for growth in 2015. We have lots of signs. Particularly, we're ahead of 2019 by quite a ways in recruiting and in sales this month.
Wait, so wait. Okay. So for January of 2025, you're comparing it to 2019 when you just said you had this growth in 2020. This is odd. Why would you not compare it to January of last year or the year before or both of those years? Why would you go all the way back to 2019 unless you're trying to manipulate what people are seeing and hearing?
We'll finish just over about $37 million in sales for the month.
Which will match the best ever before 2020 January.
Yeah, pre-COVID January.
Pre-COVID January.
So it's the best January we've had without the asterisks.
Woohoo!
What?
Yeah. And again, if January wasn't your month for recruiting, guess what? There's February starting tomorrow. So
Yes. Here's an interesting stat. Essential consultants are brand new consultants.
What
so
are
we have a lot of
essential?
recruiting going on.
Does anybody know what essential consultants are? What does that mean? People that have been ordering for a certain period of time or hit a certain rank? What does that mean? Because I'm not sure. Also, I want to look on Business for Home because I want to see what they say about Scentsy as far as their numbers and such. So give me just a second. Okay, Business for Home. Let me actually screen share so you guys can see what I'm seeing. Okay, let's pull up. Can you guys see this? Nope, sorry, didn't add it to the stage. There we go. All right, let's look at Scentsy. Total revenue, 579 million. Okay. All right. Wow. Yikes. Down 24% or 180, I would assume that's million, right? 180. Okay, wait. 182 million per year is estimated. What did they say it was in January? 30 something? Estimated per month, 15. This is not looking good. This does not look like they're doing well. So we can see exactly why they're comparing it to 2019, because according to 2019, we're looking at 2023 here, they're above what they were in 2019. But if you compare it to 2020, 2021, 2022, wow, look at this. They are massive decline. Momentum rank, which is something that Business for Home does to establish if people should join or whatnot. No PPP loans for either of them. Thanks, Lushy. I appreciate you looking. Down 24% or $180 million. But they're going to get on here. They're going to get on Facebook and say, guys, this is the best January that we've had in 15 months. Okay. It's the deception for me.
A lot of sponsoring, a lot of new consultants this month.
And by the way, Business for Home is a pro MLM website. So it's not an anti-MLM website.
And our sales by essential consultants generated 6.36%.
Wait, what? Although the Scentsy independent contractor got 10K. If they stay at Wendy, you were so quick with the math and I appreciate it so much. If they stay on this track at 37 million in January, they'll end up with 444 million for the year, which we know they're not going to maintain this 37 million in January. I think it's going to steadily decrease, rapidly decrease, actually.
Of all sales for the business. Back in 2024, a year ago, that was only 2.6%. So new consultants, not only we're getting more of them, but they are starting off stronger than new consultants have started off in months past. So that's another good sign.
Oh, good. We're going to talk about it. Okay. Did you say this?
Yep.
Okay. The flash sale on January 23rd this month was the 33rd. This is kind of odd, but the 33rd.
I'll agree with you. This is very odd.
Best day ever in Scentsy's history. The 33rd best day ever. That's kind of a weird number, but
imagine running any kind of a race and saying, somebody saying, well, how did your race go? And you're like, I finished 33rd. Yeah, really proud of it. You get a trophy with 33 on it.
God. Well, I mean, we are counting.
20 years,
so
what is it?
Cool.
73.
How many days?
10 years would be 3,600, 7,000. We've had like 8,000 days, maybe
so
9,000.
That's in the top 33rd.
8,000 days. Wait. Yeah, about 8,000 days. That's doing quick math while on a video, so don't shoot me if I'm wrong. 33rd out of 8,000. That's a pretty high percentage.
Yeah. That's pretty good. And it's the third best ever.
They are skewing these. They are skewing these numbers to try and make terrible numbers sound like they're amazing, and it's not working. It's actually quite embarrassing
when judged against a pre-COVID January 2020 days. So
okay,
woohoo!
There's some categories that are also really taking off and growing.
I'm just going to say too, we had a few people message us about that flash sale. Actually, they were saying, can you please keep it going over the weekend? But just like why it was so good, and got a lot of good answers back for why it was such a good sale. And so that will be definitely something we look to in future flash sales. So
yeah, pods and pod diffusers are doing really well. They're growing considerably. So there are pockets of growth here and there within the product categories that we have. And I guess the reason we're talking about...
Oh, Wendy, let's look at it. Did you send it to me on Instagram? If so, thank you. I'm looking right now. You may be hearing my stomach growling, and if you do, I apologize. I'm getting hungry. I don't see anything, Wendy. You missed it. I already did the bubbles. Yeah.
This and why we're going back to pre-COVID days is whether you are winning or losing, a lot of times has to do with what you are comparing yourself against. If you're comparing yourself to...
Why aren't you comparing the previous years? Why are you going all the way back to 2019? Because you are cherry picking. You're trying to make it seem like the best case scenario. Guys, it's been the best January in the last 15 months, or the best month compared to the last 15 months. How long has Scentsy been around? What does that say? Established 2004? Let's see 2004 all the way up through 2025. Let's compare all the years. You're cherry picking data, and it's deceptive. My God.
To others, you're going to find somebody that does things so well, you're going to feel like a loser all the time. You can't compare yourself to other people, but you can compare yourself to your past self. And as Scentsy...
And you should compare the data from all years rather than cherry picking. This is wild. 15 months, my bad.
as a company, comparing ourselves to the past is very powerful, particularly if you can get out all the noise of...
Okay. Hold on. All right, here we go. Wendy, thank you. I got it. Thank you for sending it to me. Okay, just for information, it's okay if I read this, right? I mean, he sent it to me. Is that okay, Wendy? Hey, Wendy. Wendy and Wendy, hello. Let me know. This was their best January 2025 in company history. My God. Okay. So Wendy said, just for informational purposes and per Dan's video, there are 154,000 consultants. This is worldwide per the video. Of them, only 58% sell in any given month, giving you 89,320 consultants. Of those 89,320 consultants, 75% sell less than $200 a month. That leaves 22,300 with sales over $200 a month. So only 14.5% of all consultants are selling more than $200 a month. This is why Dan said it's not sustainable, because it isn't. Edit. Let me be clear, out of those 59% who sold anything includes even those who sold a $10 or a $20 order. Edit again. Relatable. Of the 154,000, there are 25,361 consultants in Mexico, Canada, and New Zealand in 2023 per their income disclosure statements. Don't know what 2024 is, but it gives you an idea. Some of the other countries do not list this. What percentage of the 25,361 is part of that 58% that sell and the 75% that don't hit $200? It's unclear and cannot be figured out because the 154,000 consultants just includes them all. Interesting. Okay, and some of these, I'm not going to share the other one because I think that's really, really specific, but I'll check it out. Appreciate it. Wendy, thank you for that information. This is amazing.
Yeah.
An irrational and temporary black swan event like COVID. So we have a lot going for us compared to the last time we were in a normal environment. And there's a lot of reasons to be really excited about what's happening instead of, oh no, the world is falling because this company just went affiliate and that company went out of business and this company is going down and the whole channel's going to die. No, it's not.
Yes, it is. And that's exactly what's happening. And Orville, you know that because that's why you chose 2019 to compare January 2025 to. Because if you'd compared the previous years, it would expose you. It would expose what a downward spiral Scentsy is in.
It's not direct selling companies going out of business.
Yes, they are.
It's businesses going out of business. If you owned a restaurant, you'd be, oh man, that neighbor lost his restaurant. That
not a false equivalence fallacy. This screenshot is unfortunate. I don't apologize for it.
That company went out of business. Well, this restaurant closed. Maybe restaurants are going to go away.
I'm going to say
no, they're not.
Here too. Maybe people.
Restaurants are not the same as an MLM company. Nice try. Try again.
People in direct selling are changing to affiliate because their consultants' behavior has changed.
What? It couldn't possibly be the business model. It couldn't possibly be because the amount of information that is out there and readily available to people before they join. It couldn't possibly be that, right? No. It's the consultant's behavior. It's the consultant's fault that these companies are going to an affiliate model from multi-level marketing. Are you freaking kidding me? Oh my God. And to put it out on the internet with your full chest, Heidi?
That's why. So
wow.
I think that's something that you all need to remember. You are independent consultants. You own your own business.
Except they don't, because they wouldn't be listening to a live stream from people in the C-suite if they own their own business. They would be the C-suite. Try again, Heidi.
And you have to remember the behaviors that got you to where, each advancement.
And those of you who are just starting have to say, I really want this to bless my life. What do I have to do for it to bless my life? What activities do I have to engage in? And if the only activity that you are relying on to change your future is...
These two are cosplaying as leaders. These two are not leaders. Number one, a leader is going to take accountability for things that they have done that contributed to the downward spiral of the business. Number one. Number two, a leader's not going to blame other people. They're going to take that ownership because they're the leader. So in these situations where we see blaming, shaming, all of this stuff that we're seeing, emotional manipulation, logical fallacies, emotional manipulation, all of that, that tells you that these people are not leaders. Because if they were actual leaders, none of this would be happening. They would be like, yeah, we did that, and that was a mistake, and we apologize, and here's how we're going to fix that. Yikes.
To post and pray that somebody reads your post. That might have worked when
during COVID
everyone was online and
Yeah.
there were very few people posting. But now when few people are online and everybody's posting the same thing,
there are still lots of people online. What are you talking about?
That dog don't hunt anymore, or not as much. So you have to say, what in this environment must I do if I want to change my future?
I remember, I won't say her name on here, but I remember one time talking to a consultant and about, because lots of other people were saying, you know, oh, my business is down, my business is down. And she saying, you know, I looked at all through the years and
Like 15 plus?
Yeah, 15 plus years. She's been with us for a very long time. My business isn't down. And so
Didn't she say, I've never been down.
I've never been
never
down.
had a dip.
And so
You've never had a dip in 15 years? What parameters are we measuring? Are we talking about recruiting? Are we talking about personal sales? Are we talking about team volume? What are we measuring here? Because, you know, analytics are a very specific thing, as we all know. These two don't want you to know that. This is absurd.
it is how your behaviors.
Yeah.
It is. So
Now, that's not...
but it's also on us. It is
Yeah.
on what we put out, our product that we put out. And,
Right.
and, you know, we do have our share in it also. So I'm not saying it's all on you.
And there's wins in our...
Oh, but you are. You are. And then you started to feel guilty. You were like, oh God, I'm coming off a little too harsh. I'm blaming them for Scentsy failing, essentially, downward trajectory. You probably started to feel a little bit bad, Heidi, and you were like, oh, wait, but it's on us too. First of all, a leader would have said, hey, this is on us. We need to fix this. We're the leaders of the ship here, and we need to course correct, and we need to fix this, and here's how we're going to do that. No. This entire thing has been about blaming the distributors in the company, and the fact of the matter is, if you didn't have these distributors in the company, there would be no Scentsy. You need them, Orville and Heidi. You need these distributors more than they will ever need you. If they weren't buying the products, which they shouldn't be, in my opinion, they should cancel, especially after seeing this. These people act like they are the end all be all. And guys, you know, we're doing a great thing, community. If these guys need you, this company needs distributors more than you will ever need these two. I guarantee you, if you cut these two people out of your life and got away from the MLM, you wouldn't miss a thing. Unbelievable.
Face and there's wins in our back. I mean, when millennials who had extreme nostalgia for the days when their parents bought a VHS tape of a Disney movie that came out of the vault, and now they're adults with children, and Disney's coming out with remakes of those movies, and we can come with product that will align with good movies, one right after the other. That's wind at your back. We haven't had that for a while.
Whose fault is that? Not the distributors. Also, can I put in a request? Not that Disney will ever see this. I need to see a live Princess and the Frog. The Princess and the Frog is one of our family's favorite Disney movies. I love it so much. It is I just need to see a live version of that. I need it. Okay. I'm just putting my request in like they will ever see it. I need it. What is your favorite Disney movie if you're a Disney fan?
Right? One, we don't have the alignment
I love
of
it.
a demographic with a nostalgia, with something else going well. So we can do better, and the wind
Muppets.
can shift, but
As many times as I use the Muppet sound in my stories on Instagram, why do I not have it here?
Well,
even through all the different iterations of the wind,
I love
there
it.
are consultants who have never had a dip
yes.
because they keep their mind in their boat.
Never
they
had a
keep
what?
Focusing.
Mindset. It is
Yes.
your mindset.
And of course, we're not talking about those of you
Robin
who
Hood.
have life-altering family situations, medical situations, and those situations we want to support you through. And that's when your Scentsy family love comes in to give you support until you get back on your feet or you're back in a better situation.
Oh my God.
And it is mindset too. I will say that. But back
hope so, Becca.
to that, we are a team, Scentsy team, and so it takes all of us. It takes our side of Scentsy to come out with the right products and to help form this community. But then it also takes you. We need you. We need you.
Yeah, they do. They need the distributors because if there's no distributors, there's no Scentsy. That should be a wake-up call, an eye-opening moment. That should be a you have more power than what you realize kind of thing. If you're a Scentsy distributor, if you've been seeing these changes, if you've been having feelings or questions or, hey, I don't know, this doesn't feel right. I'm not sure how I feel about this, or this feels icky or whatever, you should get out. Yeah, because at the end of the day, they need, what is this pause story? We gotta do a pause story. Keep it clean, because I know some of you dirty birds. Keep it clean. This pause story is great. I don't even remember what I was saying prior to this, other than they need you more than you will ever need them. You don't need them. Put it in the Discord. The moment when his soul leaves his body. I can't. Oh my God. I feel like I need to screen grab this. Yeah, this is perfect. Must save this. Oh, Coco is such a great movie.
That's what she said.
That's what I feel like he's saying. When you inhale moisture medley, oh my God. Oh my God. When Satan collects on his deal. Oh my God. Oh man, watching your MLM crumble. Oh man. Did I miss any? He said to himself, if I can get through this, the wife and I don't have to see each other until the next church visit. Oh my God, so good. Y'all are amazing.
And what happens, I think, is when we start looking at what the challenges are,
My cheeks actually hurt from laughing. Oh my God.
what the opportunities are, and what our principles are, we realize it's clear what needs to change in order to get us all on the same page and moving in the right direction and creating more and more opportunities for each of you. So that's what we're about.
Yep.
And some of you are going to love it. Some of you are going to hate it.
Yeah, I hate it.
That's the nature of
Scentsy's
that's the
not
nature
for
of the business.
everyone. It's not for everyone. So
It's not for everybody, but they will try to recruit everybody.
We're here committed to providing an industry-leading, family-friendly business opportunity for you. What does that mean? We're going to be playing chess so that we don't get wiped out when average companies do.
yeah.
Your numbers, according to Business for Home, show me that you indeed you're actually not playing chess. I feel like you're playing hopscotch. I feel like you are attempting to do like double dutch and it's getting caught on your ankles and you just can't get the rhythm down. That's really what I'm feeling. Did y'all just get a total visual?
We're going to be playing business chess so that we set the tone for other businesses to follow the
Fail.
best we can.
Not doing well.
We're
That
playing
means,
chess
industry leading.
so you can earn money for your family and not have to spend family money to build a business.
The audacity of you to think, oh, we want you to make actual money so you're not spending family money on running a business when it's not a business. Oh, Orville.
We bootstrap Scentsy, and we have a system that allows you to bootstrap a business without taking money away from your family to do so. And
You're about to lose your job.
so that's our commitment to you.
Okay.
We're going to continue to do that.
Okay, a few more things, or no?
Oh,
We're done.
Total rank promotions in January.
And we have 1 day left.
So this is already
Today, yeah.
all title levels will beat January 2024 title levels. All right, so
By
all title levels,
21%.
all promotions in
Yes.
every title level will be more than they were last year.
Yeah.
So more essentials, more certified, more lead, more stars, more superstars.
Let's hear the specifics. This is so weird.
More directors and above. That's seeds of momentum. Okay.
And it's looking good. It's looking good. So thank you once again for your love and support, for being part of the Scentsy family.
For the money that they spend so that you can have your cushy little salary and travel by private jet. Get on the internet in 2025 and act like you have any kind of business advice for people that are not in business, that are distributors, that if they revolted and canceled their accounts, there would be no Scentsy. I'm going to keep saying that because these people in these MLMs don't realize how much power they have in their hands. Y'all are powerful. Cancel your accounts and watch what happens.
We're gonna
It
see.
means a lot. It means a lot.
We're gonna see what the real fans were, who the real fans are, because they waded through all that
I know. Thank you.
soapbox
Thank you.
talking.
It
And
was like an hour, I think. I'm not going to apologize because I think it was some things that a lot of you may need to hear,
Yeah.
and just to see who we are, who we are.
if you can't
Oh, we see who you are. Yeah. It's unfortunate for you guys, for these two.
get through that stuff, then maybe sharing what's coming up in sales isn't for you.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Hey, Drake, they're not slow.
We're sharing what's coming up so that people who said, dang it, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put my heart into this. I'm going to start swinging. And
Just like,
I'm going to change the
us in
trajectory
the-
of my family's life.
In the
Let's
early
get
days,
this done.
I'm going to swing for the fence and I'm going to swing really hard. So swing hard.
Reach for the moon. You might hit the stars. Except you never do an MLM. Reality check doesn't happen.
One more principle.
Okay.
I'm so sorry about this. You can
Oh,
start grabbing the
God.
cards, and we can get the
Well, you
list
have
of
it
stuff
over
that we're
there,
gonna
the
do.
first one,
Okay.
so.
When we measure our success, or how we measure our success, is how easily you can outdo what you could make in your next best alternative.
What? Listen, if they compared the income disclosure statement to what people could make in a traditional job based on their skills, can you imagine?
per hour. That make sense?
Yeah.
So if the best you've got is $8 an hour, and that's the job you've got,
You're making more than you are in Scentsy. Way more. What?
we're not promising you that you join Scentsy and you can become a millionaire. That's not what we're even trying to do. We're not trying to some get rich quick scheme here.
Right.
What we're saying is our processes, our products, our programs that we're teaching will help you make far more than $8 an hour. If you're some
Your income disclosure statement called and said that they would like to have a word with you. Way more than $8 an hour. Okay, $8.01. What are we talking about? Because your income disclosure doesn't show that.
somebody that can make $150,000 an hour, then you can take your efforts, your intelligence, your background, your experience, and you can outdo $150,000 a year. And you can make more than $150,000 a year putting in similar efforts.
Now we have to look at it. He's forcing my hand here. I know I have it in the video description, but let's just pull it up. Scentsy income disclosure statement. Okay, what year is this from? Hold, please. Okay, this is from, oh, we have a visitor. Hold on. Hello, ma'am. Why are you running? Come here. Come here and say hi to everybody. Well, come here, mama. Oh, big stretches. I know you want attention because you're stretching. That's the universal sign. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to hold you awkward like that. Are you okay? Everybody say hello to Luna. Not the Taco Bell dong. You said ding, I said dong. Oh, ma'am. What have you been doing? How was your nap? Did you have a good nap? Okay, we want some neck rubs. Luna, don't run from the Lord. Exactly. Oh. I'm scared. Are you okay? Ma'am, are you all right? I scared her by laughing. Oh my God. If you're making $8 an hour, come over here and make $8 a month. Yeah. Do you want to purr for the people? Those are some loud purrs. Are you cozy? See, I need to find you like a sling, because I could hold you like this and you would love it, and then I could react to things. She's just a baby. She really is. You're nice and warm. Taco Bell dong, also valid. Thanks, Marie. A kitty hoodie. I should try that. Maybe next live. Next live, I'll put a hoodie on backwards and put her in it. We'll try it. Or maybe that'll be a members only live. By the way, have you become a member? If you would like to, I would love to have you. I do a lot of members only lives. A lot. All right. I love you. I'll lay with you shortly, okay? Yeah, I needed that. I feel like we needed that because this is a wild video.
You did in your other job. We are not saying that we can turn somebody into a hedge fund manager's salary if they were making $6 an hour. But we can make sure everybody can make more doing Scentsy than they can doing something else. And they can do that while taking care of their family. That's our commitment.
What is the something else? Wow.
And if that's not what your experience, you need to engage in the training and the support that we have available so you can learn how to do that.
I will check out the kangaroo hoodies.
1 hour, you should be able to sell $50 with 1 hour of concerted effort. We can teach you how to do that.
Oh, please teach people how to do that. Please, you go first. You go first, Orville. Let's see how you would do it. Have you ever done it? Have you ever been a distributor that had to sell $50 in 1 hour? Have you ever done it? No, you're just going to get on here and act like you have, right? Because that would track.
Well, and we plan to teach you.
Yeah,
so.
and that's going to make, and that's anybody can do.
Ooh,
that
I'll check it out. Thanks. Thanks,
If
Marie.
you engage in the training and you do what we say.
Okay, I don't know what you just were saying, but when you said something, what came to my mind was that we definitely see each one of your potentials. And I
What just happened? What? Where's this going?
say that because what it has done for a lot of you, it has done for me in my life, and because I am a different person than I was when we first started Scentsy. There's no way you would have caught me on a live like this at all. I was yeah, I was a different person. So
the process of improvement is actually pretty simple. We have to lovingly meet ourselves where we are. It has to be real, right? Where are we right now? What are my skill sets? What does my history tell me? And if we don't see ourselves exactly where we are, if we try to delude ourselves that we're something that we're not, we don't have authenticity. Once we authentically see ourselves where we are, we cannot allow ourselves to stay there. We have to love ourselves more, or enough that we want more from ourselves. So we lovingly meet ourselves, and when we're trying to help others, we lovingly meet them where they are. Then our expectations have to be personalized.
Wait,
a
this
little
sounds
bit
like
better.
a convention talk.
A little bit better. You're looking for a little bit of improvement. And then once you lovingly meet yourself where you are, you personalize your expectation for yourself, you raise that expectation. Get a little bit more, a little bit better every day.
1% better every day.
And then step 4, you generously praise progress.
This is an internal process and how you treat others. Lovingly meet you where you are, personalize your expectation for yourself, invite yourself to greater expectation.
Because you can do it.
Generously praise your progress.
This too is false.
It's false.
And then you can do that for others as well. So with that in mind, here's the products that we're going to have for you in order to put that into play.
First.
Okay, listen, I don't think I want to see them overhype these products. I have watched this. Half of the products they can't even plug in. They can't even turn it on. I don't think I want to even watch it. Let me know if you guys do. I think I've seen what I needed to see. Yeah. Step 4, cancel your consultant account and get out of the cults. Yep. Most important step. Oh man. Do y'all want to watch that? I really don't want to. This was a lot. This was enough, I feel like. I'm so confused as to what to do. They are too. But they do want you to stay in Scentsy. They do want you to stay in this commercial cult because there would be no Scentsy without the distributors. So you should do the opposite. You should embrace your Gen X rebellious nature. You know, remember those days if you're Gen X, not everybody is, but of course. you know, be rebellious and do the opposite of what they want you to do, because all the cool kids are. Okay. T, no, same. Oh, yeah, they're going to show all of the new products and, oh, Brandy, hey. I just don't want to see it because I've seen what I needed to see. This was manipulation. This was disgusting. We ended with the 2 sound bites. I feel like we're good. I feel like we're all right. Although I will tell you that this entire live makes me same. I turned that down a whole lot. So RIP to your ears. Oh God, this was rough. Thank you guys for being here. This was deceptive, the cherry picking of the data and basically ignoring 4 years, 5 years. That's weird. This has been the best January. This has been the best month in the last 15 months. Scentsy's been around since what, 2004? That's weird. Also, please check out the income disclosure statement that I have listed in the video description because they were making a whole lot of claims. But honestly, if you were making $8 an hour at a part-time job, you would be making more than the majority of people in Scentsy are making. It's ridiculous. Wendy, thank you so much for your information. Thank you so much for this super chat. I appreciate you so much. I feel like we need a sound effect. And this is going to go out to Orville and Heidi.
I'm watching you, Wazowski.
Always watching. Yeah, not just me, the anti-MLM movement. That goes for anybody in an MLM or, MLM C-suite employees that want to do some sort of a weird cult like, please stay in the company. We need you guys. Facebook Live at the end of the month. Yeah. Don't do it. This is the 44 and a half best month I've had in 22.75 months. That about sums up everything they just said. Oh man, I appreciate y'all. If you have not already liked and subscribed to my channel, if you would do that, that would be amazing. The whole purpose of me doing these videos and live stream, is to prevent people from joining these schemes and scams or listening to unethical influencers and or getting out of their MLM if they're already a part of it. Your feelings are valid. You deserve to be paid for your time and your energy. It's extremely important. And let me also sum this up with a couple thoughts. Hold on, let me get to my notes because I wanted to share this with you guys. This live from these 2 was full of manipulation, gaslighting, and false promises. And in my opinion, it was designed to keep consultants trapped in the system. And it's really important that we debunk their claims, like I hope I did tonight. It's really important that we talk about their tactics and exposing them. And it's extremely important that we as the anti-MLM movement empower people to leave. There are plenty of ways that you can make income on the side that doesn't require an unethical business model. Please, if you are in these MLM companies, do a profit and loss statement. Look at what you're spending versus if anything is even coming in. Look at the time you are spending, figure out an hourly wage. I think you'll shock yourself that many of you are working for free for these companies, all because of community. You deserve better. You deserve to be paid for your time. Do an actual business where you're making your own wax melts. Anyways, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you so much. And welcome to the new members. Thank you for the super chats. And I'll see you guys on the next video, which by the way, will be Friday. And it's a unicity video. So see you then. Bye, everybody.